Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hi guys. Hello everybody. Nice to see all of you all joining in. Some new faces as well. So glad to see all the existing ones and welcome to the new participants of this course. Thanks for joining in. And I hope you guys have followed the video of the submission process that we have just shared. That is only because you uh, so that you could make your submissions without getting stuck at any point, and make sure that you're making your submissions consistently, you're submitting consistently, because for all those, everybody who's attending all the classes of a particular course, let's say this course itself, who are attending all the classes of this course and also making the submissions for each of the class without missing out to any of the class, you will receive a certificate by the end of this course. And yep, so that's an achievement in itself, receiving a certificate. And YOLO itself provides a huge variety of courses where you can attend those classes, make your submissions consistently, and then receive a beautiful certificate. And by the end, you could have a big pile of certificates with you, which reflects your talent, because you guys are so talented that it pushes us to bring up the new courses and do something out of the box. I hope all of you are doing absolutely well, and all of you all are ready to take off to the eastern part of the subcontinent today. Yes, so we are taking off to the eastern part of the subcontinent today, and it's going to be a fun journey. And yes, so quickly give me a thumbs up if my passengers are ready to just take off to the eastern part of the subcontinent. Don't ask me where are we exactly going, don't ask me the destination. I'm just sharing that we are taking off to the eastern part of our beautiful Indian subcontinent today. And when we land there, I'm going to share the further details. Quickly give me a thumbs up in the chat section that you guys are ready. The passengers are ready. You guys are the passengers for this tour. I am the pilot. I'll be taking off. So Tell me if you are ready. Give me a thumbs up in the chat section. I'm going to answer all your questions just for a moment. Enjoy the process. I'll answer all your questions. All of your questions are going to get answered just by the moment we get started with the class. So don't worry, have some patience. But before that, give me a thumbs up in the chat section that you guys are just ready to take off to the eastern part of our subcontinent, the eastern part of India today. Yes, give me a thumbs up quickly. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a big, beautiful smile. I need all of you giving me a smile before we just take off. Come on, quickly. Yes, I see all some smiling faces. Some of y'all giving me a wholesome smile. Just look at the beautiful smile Parth is giving me. Yes, awesome. We also have Janvi giving a beautiful smile. Parth is giving a beautiful smile. Sneha is giving a beautiful smile. Come on, quickly. Quickly give me a big, beautiful smile. Yes, there we go. We have Jay giving a big, bright smile. Yes. Quickly give me a thumbs up in the chat section that you guys are ready with your art materials. You guys are ready to take off to the eastern part of our subcontinent today. Yes, there we go. Don't worry about the questions. Do not ask me where are we exactly going because I'm going to reveal everything the moment we land there. That's nothing but the moment I share the screen, I'm going to start with the class. So since I have received so many thumbs up in the chat section, I've received so many big bright smiles, I think now it's time to just take off. I'm going to quickly share the screen and then we're just going to get started. Awesome. So I hope you guys are able to see the screen. Do not worry if you are not aware about the art materials required in the class because I'm going to share each of them very much in detail and also going to provide some substitutes for it. So just stick around if you are not aware about the art materials. I'm going to share it just in a moment. All right. So I think we're just good to go. All of y'all are giving me big thumbs ups in the chat section. I'm getting some really, really bright, beautiful smile on my screen from all of y'all. So I'm not going to take more of your time and we are going to just get started with the activity. And then, as you all know, with for whatever part we visit, for whatever part we take off to, I share some really, really fascinating facts about that region, about that area. And so just hang in there because I'm going to share everything. I've so much, literally so much to share today. So make sure that you're attending this class till the end and not missing on to any information today because today we're going to have awesome fun. We are going to literally have some amazing, amazing tour to the eastern part of the country. So I think we are good to go and let's all get started now. Awesome. So first and foremost, we are going to discuss about the art materials that we required. The first is this white A5 sized sheet. In case you're not having an A5 size sheet, you're having an A4 size, you can just cut it into half. You'd have an A5 size. If you have a size which is smaller than A5 size, there's nothing to worry again, but just make sure that all of your illustration are smaller in size as well so that they fit onto that sheet of paper. In case you're not having white sheet of paper, you can use any other colored sheet of paper. In case you do not have any of these, I'm sure that you must be having a notebook at your place. So just go grab that notebook. You can just find a plain sheet in it and draw along. You can also just tear off a page from a notebook and use that. So just the first base material, we need something to draw upon. I'm okay if you're using a notebook sheet also. All I want you to is just trust the process, enjoy the process, and take some amazing learnings from this class. Okay, so that's the first material, the paper, the base material. Second, we need a pencil over here. The pencil is must because we are going to create a rough sketch. Make sure that it is well sharpened. So that was the second material that we need. That's a pencil. The third one here are these colorful sketch pens. I'm going to quickly share the colors as well over here. So that's the pencil. Next are these sketch pens that I'm using. Quickly sharing the colors, the shades with you. So I'm using a green, orange, red, yellow, and brown. So that's a brown shade in case that's not visible. Then I have yellow, red, green, and the last is orange. It's fine if you're not having the exact shades. In case you don't have any particular shade, you can use any of the crayons that are available. In case you're not having sketch pens, you can use crayons. In case you're having sketch pens but don't have some particular shades, you can just switch to colors, crayons, paints, anything that you are comfortable with. You can use a combination of both. You can use a little bit of sketch pens, you can use a little bit of crayons or color pencils or oil pastels or even paints. In case you're using paints, make sure you have a brush and a water container along with you. So that's fine. You can use a combination of both mediums or more than that, more than two mediums. You can use just sketch pens. You can single-handedly use crayons as well. That's fine. Anything to color with would be fine. That's not something to worry about. So that is all that we need. That's basically everything that we need. Just these three materials to just get started with the class. So let's begin first by creating a rough sketch. First and foremost, please make sure that all of your sheets are in the landscape mode. Come on, you all know what the landscape mode is by now, because up till now, all the illustrations that we have created in this particular course have been in the landscape mode itself. So you already know what a landscape mode is. It is the horizontal manner, the sleeping manner. Avoid calling it as sleeping manner, call it as a landscape mode. So make sure the sheet is in the landscape mode in front of you. Next, we are just going to get started with the rough sketch. So since it's the first time I'm creating something, I want all your eyes on the screen. And then when I'm repeating this, you can draw along with me. Okay, so since this is the first time that I'm drawing, I want all of you to just have your eyes on the screen. And then when I repeat, you can draw along with me. Okay, so first time, all the eyes on the screen. Awesome. So first we start by creating a curved line. So this is something that I'm just trying to create, like a flat bowl kind of a thing, if that makes sense up till now. So I'm just creating this oval shape roughly. So just this oval shape, the first one over here. So that's the oval that I've created. And now I'm just going to give it a good touch on the sides to make it a little even. All right. And now just the same oval below it, but just one curve. So this is just the bottom portion of the bowl. As I said, I'm creating it slightly flat this time. So just create a bottom curve. That's the plate that we have created, the dish or the flat bowl that we have created. I'm going to quickly repeat it now because, as I said, for the first time, all of us are going to observe it on the screen and then draw it for ourselves. Okay, so let's quickly get started now. For anybody who has not yet created it, it's now time to get started with the rough sketch, because now I'm repeating it. After that, there won't be any repetition. So make sure that this time you're drawing along. Okay, so let's get started again. Start by creating a curve now. You already know we are trying to create a flat bowl kind of a thing. So just start by creating the top portion of the curve and then start by the sides. Then extend the sides and then go for the lower portion. So just like an oval shape that I'm creating over here, it is nothing but something like a flat bowl, something which is not much hollow, but something which is very flat, a flat bowl. Make sure that you are creating it evenly. If you find some of the edges to be slightly off bit, you can just take an eraser and erase that portion and redraw it. Okay, so I'm just going to have it evenly throughout this area as far as possible. All right. I see few of you all asking me about what are we exactly doing. Do not worry, because in few moments I'm going to share everything about what are we going to draw and where have we exactly landed in the eastern parts, because there's lots of facts that I want to share. I'm just gonna focus on first creating the illustration, and then when all of us are just done with the illustration, I'm gonna share all the information with you, because that information could be really, really important for you. So that's the reason I'm not sharing it right now. Let's first focus on our illustration. Let's complete it entirely. Then we'll talk a lot about each part. Okay, so let's continue now. Once done with the oval, let's create the base of the bowl now. So again, we start from the sides and then move to the other side with the help of a curve. Awesome. So I hope by now all of us have created this flat bowl, or I would rather call it as a dish itself, the plate, it's done. So I hope that's done. Let's move to the main content of this plate. Let's get started. So if you see, this is again the first time that I'm drawing something, that the next process. So again, I want all of you all to just have your eyes on the screen, and then you can draw it for yourself. Okay, so for the first time, all eyes on the screen. If you see, I'm just on the right side and I just simply create a circle, and I make sure that the circle is within the plate only and it's not outside. Just next to it, I'm going to draw another circle, but I'm not drawing a full circle this time. So I'm just creating a curve, but just the portion which is overlapping it. I'm not creating the other part of the circle over here. I'm leaving it blank. So just next to the first circle, we create another circle. And lastly, another circle in the same way. So we move from right to left. And for the first time, we give the entire circle. And then for the following ones, where we move from the right side to the left side, we skip that portion which is overlapping. Okay. So now again, I'm repeating it for you all. Make sure that you're drawing along this time if you haven't. Okay. So we start from the left side and we create a simple circle which is inside the plate itself. So this is the complete circle for the first time that we are drawing. Now the circles next to this one are not going to be complete circle, because just the portion, the arc which is overlapping, we are not going to connect that. Just to make more sense, make sure that you have your eyes on the screen if you didn't understand that. So this is what I'm talking about. So if you just spot, this is the area which is overlapping, and hence we have not joined these ends of the circle, and the similar portion we are going to create next to it. Okay. Awesome. So once done with the 3 circles, if you have more space, you can add one more next to it, but make sure that these are more or less the same in size. Make sure that they are same in size. They are not different in size. So if you're just able to fit in 2, make sure that you're drawing only 2. If you're able to fit in 3, that's fine. If you are drawing 4, make sure that you're not creating a clumsy artwork. But if you have too much of space next to it, you can add more of these. Okay, so now whatever I'm drawing next, the next process, the next step, you all can draw along with me. This time you need not wait, because it's just the details that I'm going to give this time. So just inside these circles, the 3 circles that we have created already, we're going to again create something which is really like a tiny circle. So make sure that you have your eyes on the screen. So we create these circles again inside the larger circle, and we make the tiny circle or the smaller circle somewhere in the middle of the larger circle. And we do that for all the 3 circles that we have drawn. So this is nothing but a dish which is particularly originated in the eastern part of India. Don't worry about the name of the dish or where did it originated exactly from. For now, all I have to say is it is a dessert, because since you guys are so curious to know about what this is, I'm just sharing one particular hint that it is a dessert. So this time it's not a main course or a starter or something like that. This time we're creating a beautiful dessert, because we have had our meals in the previous two classes. It's now time for the desserts. So this is a sweet dish. This is a dessert, and it originated in the eastern part of India. Do not worry about the name and everything. I'm going to share everything in detail. Let's not waste more time into that and get into the illustration. So just inside these circles, I'm creating these two tiny ovals. So I think by observation, you must have made out that first we create a larger circle, three large circles. Inside the larger circle, we create three smaller circles roughly at the center portion. And just inside this smaller circle, we create these two ovals next to each other. Awesome. So once we are done with the rough sketch, this is nothing but the rough sketch. The rough sketch is ready for all of us now, and it's time to add colors. And this time we are just going to use the sketch pens in a different way. We're not going to typically color each and everything. We're going to use them in a way that we give strokes. So we are just creating a stroke painting this time with the sketch pens itself. So make sure that you're observing the process carefully. So I'm starting with the yellow color. And as always, it's the first time. I want all of y'all to observe, and then you can draw along. So I'll start from the circular area, the corners, the boundaries of the circle. I give a light outline, and then I'm just giving these strokes. Look how I'm giving these strokes, these light strokes. You may just roughly give these strokes. That's totally fine again. Make sure that you're not outlining the overlapping portion. And just in between also, I'm just giving these rough strokes. Similarly, on the next two circles as well. So in case you didn't understand this process for the first time, you can just have your eyes on the screen for the second time now. All right. So there we go. Let's quickly get it done as well. So I'm just starting with the edge, and then I'm going to give some middle strokes now. Do not add too much of it, because we need those white spaces as well. So just a little bit of it, not much. Some details here and there, that's fine. And the similar process on the last one as well. I'm just zooming in a bit, because I think you may find it difficult to understand the strokes, the pen strokes, the sketch pen strokes that I'm giving. So if you see, I'm just very rough with it. I'm just covering the edge, and then I'm just giving these light-handed strokes towards the edge first, and then just in the center section. Just the similar details that we give. It's exactly the same. All right, so just done now. Looks good to me. So once done, I'm switching to the orange sketch pen now. So the center portion that you see now, we're just going to add color to the center portion. Make sure that you're not adding color to the two ovals that we have drawn here. Make sure that you have your eyes on the screen, and then creating it for yourself. Similarly on the next two as well. Again, if you see, I'm not being very particular about adding color or about the white spaces this time, because we're just kind of creating an abstract art. So just have fun with the process, just have fun with the sketch pens, and just relax and enjoy the process. So once done with the center portion, and I'm again going to go ahead with the orange sketch pen and giving some strokes. So if you just spot this area where I've given these strokes, if you see I'm not giving too many of them, but just a little bit at the side, somewhere at the middle, just randomly. Do not add too much of it, just 2 or 3 of these strokes at a particular area. Do not go overboard. Let's balance our artwork well in terms of crayons, colors, whatever medium you're using. Just at the sides, at the bottom, again at the sides, and a little in the middle. Awesome. So I'm just done with this now. Let's move next. And I'm going to add this green to the first oval. And then with the next one, the next oval, I'm going to use this red. Just coloring inside this tiny circle. Any guesses by now that what this particular dish is? Because I gave you the first hint that it is a dessert. I told you that it has originated in the eastern part of our Indian subcontinent. These are the 2 hints that I've given up till now. So let's wait for a moment and see if any of y'all could guess it. If you have any of your answers in your mind, don't just give a double thought. Quickly type it in the chat section and let's see who is able to guess this first. Just in a few moments, just a last step towards this entire illustration, and then we're just done with the illustration. And also I'll be revealing the name of the dish and many more facts about it. So let's get started with the next process now. The last process, I'm using this brown sketch pen now. I'm going to first outline the dish. Just outlining the dish. And the lower portion, everything. Just outline the dish nicely. And then also the lower portion of the bowl or the dish or the plate. Let's give a little of detail into it now. So I'm just giving the zigzag lines, the curvy lines over here. Okay, and then just giving these circles at the alternate ends. So first I drew the curved wavy line, and then I'm just topping them with the circles on the alternate areas. Okay. If you don't have enough space in that area, do not make it clumsy. It's fine if you just skip that portion of adding the patterns over here. This was just for fun, nothing specific. Now I'm going to outline this particular food item before we just color the rest of the dish. Just giving an outline before we move to the last and the final step. Awesome. So just done with the outline, I'm going to simply color the background portion. Simply coloring the background portion. And again, I'm just not being too typical. I'm just giving some light strokes. And very light-handedly, I'm doing that. All right. So meanwhile, we're doing that. I think now it's time to reveal the name of the dish, because then it will be too late. And I'm seeing a lot of you all being curious about the name of the dish. So this particular dish is a dessert which is called as sandesh. It is typically called as sandesh, and this has originated in Bengal. So this is a dessert. This is a sweet dish. It is called as sandesh. Typically in the Bengal areas, it is called as sandesh because of their Bengali language. But this is also known as sandesh if we typically call it in the Hindi language. It is a sandesh. It is a dessert. It is a sweet dish which originated in Bengal. Bengal falls in the eastern part of our subcontinent, and the recipe of this dish is really simple. It's just the 2 or 3 of the ingredients and you'll have this dish ready once you follow the typical process. So hear me out. If you're done with the dish, if you're still adding colors to the dish, you can just continue doing that and have your ears on what I'm speaking. So this dish, as I said, is nothing but the sandesh. It is a sweet dish. It is made simply from milk, sugar. That's it. Trust me, it is just milk and sugar with which this dish is made. And sometimes as a substitute of milk, it is not substitute, but also paneer or chena, as we call as, that is also used in this dish. And that's it. Sometimes it's garnished with pistas and kesar, that's saffron, just like the way you see. So the green portion that you see over here, the one we have created over here, is nothing but a pista, and that's how we have added to all the three pieces of sandesh. And the red portion is nothing but a little uh, colored area of the saffron or the kesar, which is garnished onto the sandesh. So this is sandesh, the base part, which is made from milk and sugar, and the topping, the little garnish of some dry fruits like pistas or almonds or even cashews sometimes. But I've just added the pistas over here, the pistachios over here, and the saffron. That is it about the dish. It has originated from Bengal, and let's quickly write the name of this dish down here. It is the sandesh, as I said. It's the sandesh. It is a beautiful sweet dish. Since we already had so much of heavy meals in the previous class, I thought why not go for a sweet dish this time, because all of us love desserts, isn't it? So have you ever tried this particular dish? Have you tried sandesh ever? Have you tried sandesh? Give your answers in the chat section. Let me know how did you like it. Yes, I'm keeping the thing on the screen for a while so that in case you want to cross check the spelling or if you have missed onto something, just giving you a minute or so to just verify everything, cross check everything. And in case you have missed onto anything, you can just observe for a while before I just stop sharing my screen, and then we just gather some information about the eastern part of India. Okay, so this was a sandesh. It has originated from Bengal. Bengal falls in the eastern part of India, and a lot of y'all were asking me about where are we exactly landing in this class. So we have landed to the West Bengal today, and we have had these yummy tummy sandesh in this class. It is a beautiful sweet dish, and it is the perfect uh, dessert, the two courses that we have, the two meals that we had in previous class. So let's talk a little bit about the eastern part of India before we just end this class. I hope all of you are going to stick around. You're going to stay in, because trust me, this information is something that you do not want to miss onto. So first, let us talk about the eastern part of the country. The eastern part of the country comprises of West Bengal, Odisha, Bihar, Jharkhand, and also the Union Territory of Andaman Nicobar Island. Let's keep that aside for a while. It has the states of Odisha, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Arunachal Pradesh also. In case I missed that, let's quickly repeat it. The eastern part of the Indian subcontinent comprises of West Bengal, Bihar, Arunachal Pradesh, Jharkhand, Odisha. Okay, so these are the 5 states comprising the eastern part and also the Union Territory of Andaman Nicobar Island. And the cultural capital of this West Bengal, the eastern part, the cultural capital of the country is Kolkata. Cultural capital of India is Kolkata. Kolkata falls in the eastern part of our country. Bengali language is predominantly found here. So in the eastern part, you'll predominantly find Bengali language spoken most of the time. And Arunachal Pradesh, as I said, Arunachal Pradesh is one of the states of the eastern India, and it is known as the land of rising sun. Did you know that Arunachal Pradesh is the land of rising sun? Another fact about East India is that the world's biggest bridge, I mean, trust me, the world's biggest bridge the Howrah Bridge is situated in the eastern part of this country. So we have Kolkata as the cultural capital of our country, which falls in the eastern part. We have learned that Bengali language is the predominant language which is found in the eastern part. Arunachal Pradesh was the land of rising sun, which again falls into the eastern part. Howrah Bridge, the world's largest bridge. Trust me, imagine the size. It is the world's largest bridge. So it is again which falls in the eastern part. And today we created this beautiful sandesh onto our paper, and that was the perfect dessert for the previous two meals that we had. And that was it for today. That is almost everything that I shared about the eastern part, about the states, about some really, really amazing facts. And next class again is going to be really, really adventurous because we are going to the south of the Indian subcontinent. So make sure that you're not missing out on the next class because again, first of all, it's the last class of this course. Next, and something really, really important is that the class awaits with lots and lots of fascinating facts about the southern part of our beautiful Indian subcontinent. So I do not want you all to miss out to that class. Make sure that you are attending the next class. Make sure that you are making your submissions for this class. And that's it for today. I hope all of you all enjoyed this class, enjoyed venturing into the eastern part of an Indian subcontinent. I'll see you in the next class. Make sure you're done with your packing for the next class, and I'll see you there. Make sure you're not missing on to it. And till then, please take care of yourself. Enjoy all the hobby classes on Uolo. I'll see you super soon. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at Uolo_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right